Welcome to the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, and with me, I have the Cryptid Crete correspondent himself, my co-host, Anthony. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I feel like you've used that one before.
I don't think I have.
I feel like you're gonna reuse later.
There's probably gonna be some because
there's no
like my brain after writing so many stories and researching so much, like that's one of the last things I put into the episode, and sometimes my brain just like.
Hey, it is what it is.
If you're new here, this is how this works. I'm going to read Anthony here a fictional horror story about some cryptid, ghost, ghoul, goblin, haunting, paranormal entity, demonic possession, extraterrestrial, alien, something or another / thing, where I removed the name of the creature in the story and replaced it with descriptions. Then Anthony gets to guess to see what we're talking about this week. Then we'll go over its history, its use in pop culture, if any, a little choose your own adventure scenario, and finally our monster movie maker moment where we will come up with a wonderfully awesome movie idea. I'm personally coming off a theater high. I saw Backrooms and Obsession this week, and I am like flying high on the horror. So
absolutely just want to take this quick second to say, please go ahead, leave a like, go ahead, subscribe, and turn that bell on for any notifications to stay updated for when we post. And then follow us on our TikTok or Instagram. And then if you want to support us, which we much appreciate, we have links in the description below to our Patreon, where you can get the podcast a day early, uncut, unedited, all our arguments and mess ups and technical difficulties and so on, as well as if you just want the audio version, we also have a link to Buzzsprout where you can download just the audio, or wherever you guys listen to any of your podcasts. We're on there, as you already know. So that's pretty much it. Yeah,
we're everywhere. Go listen to us. We're funny. Not really. We have our moments.
Elegant.
We're elegant. Is that what you said?
At least I am.
I was about to say, I'm about the furthest thing from elegance that you can get. So, to start this thing off, Anthony gets 3 yes or no questions and then a shot in the dark guess to figure out what we might be talking about this week. Let's see if he can get it off the rip. Anthony.
Wendigo. No. Fuck.
Is that? We're gonna say you got 2 more questions.
Actually, I didn't frame it as a question. It was a statement.
Wendigo, period.
No, okay.
Jesus.
It does this.
Bam! Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Slow down there, cowboy.
Okay. Is this thing Native origin? Native American origin?
No, it's not.
Oh my. Okay, is this thing, does its name dictate what it does or what it is?
Yes.
Ooh, I hate that. Okay, is this a spirit? A spirit or haunting?
No.
So it's a physical thing. It's not native origin, and its name.
I'll say this. It's not Native American origin.
Oh, we're finally somewhere else.
We're
in as either probably Aztec or Mayans, probably around there.
Maybe do a point.
I mean, you can still say Native American.
Okay.
You know, North America is like technically.
Yeah.
You can categorize them. Of course, it's not going to be true, and there's probably a lot of debates about that. But
yeah. Yeah. In terms of the. In terms of the United States, we are in the United States, but we're sharing a very, very close. It's back and forth across the board.
Yeah. So I can be dealing with either Mexico, all of the Central Americas, or even the Caribbeans,
or Canada. Just saying.
I mean, I don't know what kind of creatures they got. Granted, I don't know what kind of creatures. Huh?
They're nice ones.
I don't know the Chinook. Well, no, the Chinook does have technically
Chenoo was not nice. The Chenoo.
No, the Chenoo was not nice.
Chenoo fucked people up.
However, it did have a redeeming quality where it could be redeemed.
It could be saved.
Yes, it could be saved. No, I don't know any of their creatures off of those 3 physical forms, off of the natives. It would have to probably be based off of something that they did or just do, you know. So like for instance, the spear, what is it, the spear finger lady, was based off of the rock formations of like where those the Native Americans were at. So it's like, it's either something like that, or it could be something of like maybe with their sacrifices they do. I would probably have to be after something that like cannibalistic, maybe. So I don't know. I'm just gonna throw a random thing out there, like the flesh eater.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
This story is called The Eyes at the Window. The storm arrived just after sunset. Rain hammered the roof of the isolated farmhouse while thunder rolled across the South Texan plains. Inside, the Morales family gathered in the living room. Miguel sat in his recliner watching television while his wife Elena folded laundry. Their children, 12-year-old Sophia and 8-year-old Daniel, argued over a board game spread across the floor. It should have been an ordinary night. Then the owl appeared. Sophia noticed it first. Mom? Elena looked up. What is it? There's a bird outside. Perched on the fence beyond the kitchen window was a massive owl. Its feathers were dark and soaked by the rain. Even from a distance, it seemed far too large. Miguel stood and peered through the glass. That's a big one. The owl didn't move. It simply stared at the house, its eyes reflecting yellow in the storm. Maybe it's hurt, Sophia said. Miguel shook his head. No owl stays out in weather like this. A crack of lightning illuminated the yard. For a split second, the owl seemed closer. Miguel frowned. Had it moved? Another flash. Now it was perched on the clothesline pole. The family exchanged nervous glances. That's impossible, Elena whispered. No one had seen it fly. The owl tilted its head. Then it let out a sound. Not a hoot or a screech. A woman's laugh. The room went silent. Daniel burst into tears. Miguel immediately ran to lock the doors. Everybody, stay away from the windows. The laugh echoed again from outside, high and cold and impossibly human. Then the power died and darkness swallowed the house. Only the rain and distant thunder remained. Miguel grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen drawer. The beam swept across the room, then it stopped. Outside the window, the owl was gone. For several seconds, nobody spoke. Then a slow scratching sound drifted across the glass. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The flashlight trembled in Miguel's hand. Something was standing outside. The beam revealed a figure, a woman, tall and thin. Her wet hair hung over her pale face. Her eyes gleamed yellow in the darkness. She smiled. Miguel staggered backwards. The figure's mouth stretched wide. Then her body twisted and bones cracked. Arms folded inward, feathers erupted from her skin, and within seconds the woman had become an enormous owl once again. The creature launched itself upwards and vanished into the storm. What was that? Elena whispered. Miguel didn't answer. Because deep down he already knew the stories, the old stories told to him by his grandmother. Stories about a giant owl-like witch that prowled lonely roads at night, a creature that could take shape of a woman and was said to bring death whenever it appeared. The scratching moved to the roof. Heavy footsteps followed. Not bird footsteps, but human footsteps. Something was walking above them. Back and forth, and the ceiling groaned. Then came a tremendous crash, and the attic door burst open. Miguel shoved his family behind him as a dark shape dropped into the hallway. The flashlight beam caught feathers and claws, and a face that was neither bird nor woman. The monstrous owl witch screamed. The sound shattered the windows throughout the house. Miguel charged forward with a fireplace poker. The creature moved faster than he thought. A claw slashed across his throat. Blood sprayed the walls. He collapsed before he could even cry out. Elena screamed. The children ran. The winged horror followed. Daniel made it only halfway down the hall before the creature seized him. The boy disappeared into a storm of feathers and claws. His scream lasted less than a second. Sophia locked herself in her bedroom. She shoved furniture against the door. Outside, she heard her mother fighting, then screaming, then silence. The girl curled into a corner and covered her ears. The bedroom door exploded inward. The creature stepped through. Moonlight from the broken window illuminated its twisted form. Long black feathers covered a body shaped almost like a woman. Massive wings scraped the walls. Its face shifted constantly between owl and human, and it stared at Sophia. The creature's yellow eyes reflected in her terrified face. Then it smiled. The next morning, police arrived after neighbors reported hearing screams during the storm. They found the farmhouse destroyed, windows shattered, blood everywhere, but no sign of the Morales family. No bodies, no footprints, nothing. The investigation went nowhere. Years later, travelers still pass that abandoned farmhouse. Most avoid stopping, because sometimes after sunset, a huge owl can be seen perched on the roof, watching and waiting. And when lightning flashes across the field, some swear they don't see an owl at all. They see a gaunt woman with black hair, glowing eyes, and a smile far too wide to belong to any human being, standing there in the darkness.
Smash. All right. So I think. So I think.
I hate you so much.
Okay. So I have a couple different names throwing out there, like Winged Horror or Owl of the Witch, the Winged Witch.
Think a little further south.
What does that even mean? Further south?
Think south.
Think south?
Yeah.
Farmland wing, farmland witch or something like that. I actually do not know.
Okay. This is.
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Lechuza.
What the fuck? Hold on. What do you mean by think south? Like, okay.
Lechuza. We're in Texas. Think south. We're in New Mexico.
No, I get that.
What does Lechuza stand? What does that mean in Spanish?
Yeah.
What does it stand for? What does it mean?
I'm not too sure.
Lechuza, Spanish to English, is owl. Lechuza is a terrifying shape-shifting witch in Mexican and Texan folklore. According to legend, she is an evil witch who traded her soul to the devil in exchange for dark magic, giving her the ability to transform into a giant bird, often with the head of a human woman, which is really kind of gross.
Yeah, absolutely.
Origins of the legend. Some say the Lechuza is a witch who had sold her soul to the devil. Others say that she was once a woman who was wronged by members of her village. In certain regions, stories say that the woman's child was killed by a drunk, or that the woman herself was killed, leaving her to stalk the skies at night, waiting to enact her wicked vengeance by preying on drunk men stumbling their way home from the bar. And there's also a second, or technically a third, called the exiled Bruja, a woman exiled or killed by superstitious villagers who accused her of witchcraft, returning from the grave as an owl to terrorize the innocent. According to her, to the research, it has some hunting tactics that it's known for. La Lechuza is a creature of the night. She is notoriously known for her predatory behavior, often lurks in trees or on the roofs of homes, peering through windows. She uses supernatural sounds like whistling or mimicking the cries of crying human babies to lure curious victims outside. Once the victim wanders out to investigate, she swoops down and carries them off to her mountain lair to be devoured. So.
Yeah, not me.
I watched a couple things on this.
Okay.
A couple podcasts. PBS actually had an episode of Monstrum on this,
Oh.
where they go over a couple things, and they were talking about the origin of this. And do you remember back when we talked about the Adze?
Yes.
When Christianity came in and it melded with the superstitious native religions. And the guy was like, hey, I'm gonna talk about the Adze. He had a dream about an Adze and was like, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm not coming in to talk about the Adze because I still believe this thing is real.
Okay.
Very much similar origin of this.
Instance of the okay.
You had the native the Native American people that shared the border between now Mexico and Texas, right?
Yes.
That were up and down. As the Spaniards came in and they brought
the tales of
Christianity
whatever.
with them,
Okay.
it melded with the already superstition-led religions of the Native American people of the region. So I guess, and I didn't know this, that a lot of people in that region and even further into Mexico, like owls were a big thing, like a big thing of like, that's an omen of darkness. Like that's
now, because in some other parts, an owl is a symbol of wisdom and good
intelligence.
Fortune. Yeah.
But because they were night hunters, they were afraid of them because all of a sudden little things were disappearing and it was owls that were killing it and taking it away. And if you've ever seen an owl kill something, it's kind of gruesome. Like their talons are crazy.
I've only seen them like snatch up stuff, of course.
Yeah, no, like you watch a owl's talons hit something, like it's killing it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've only seen that movie about owls.
Yeah. But it's
true.
But there was so you had the witchcraft mixing with so they had witchcraft, they had sorcery, and then Christianity came and inserted itself in between, and you had this melding and folding of stories that basically made this thing.
Yeah,
because they didn't have a devil.
So is this technically a witch? Just straight out witch?
This is somebody who has performed witchcraft, yes.
But you can't just outright say, "Oh, this was a witch."
This person's a witch. No,
they just sold their. Stories tell that they sold their soul to become an owl.
But here's the thing: a lot of the stories that coincide with the Lechuza are the vengeance. So whereas much the Adze in Africa was, I'm going to put a curse on this person and send a part of my soul to go fuck them up because they have something I want, or they've done something against me. Mm-hmm. The Lechuza is very much in that same vein.
But it's more about vengeance and wrath.
I'm out to hurt the drunk that killed my kid or killed me from the afterlife or in the current life.
I don't know if this is really about that. Like they killed me, so I'm...
So everything I found was like linking into that story to a point.
So not only... So you... In some ways, you could theoretically say yes, it also could be a spirit.
Yeah.
But the general sense is no.
So, and it's hard because there's not a hard written history. There's stories kind of like Native. It's all oral traditions passed down.
Ooh.
But when the Spaniards came in and Christianity kind of took over, there was a lot of the black magic, sorceries. Oh, you guys practice these things.
Yeah.
You guys are witches. You guys are evil. And those names started getting thrown around really willy-nilly. And a lot of women of the native population were persecuted because of that. And their families were persecuted because of that. Because they might be praying to the rain god for rain for their crops. Well, she just sacrificed the chicken. That bitch is a witch.
True.
We're getting her.
Yeah. Okay. See, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something else about this thing that I literally had it in my mind now. Lost it.
That's all good.
Golly.
It'll come back around.
It probably won't.
Yeah. But a shape-shifting owl woman who is just snatching people off the road. So, here's a kind of a cool thing though.
Okay.
According to regional traditions, the legend serves as a cautionary tale for children to behave and for adults to stay inside at night. If you find yourself encountering a Lechuza, folklore suggests several ways to protect yourself: praying and reciting religious rites, Christianity.
Yeah, okay.
Spreading salt across your doors and windows to act as a barrier.
Okay.
In most witchcraft stories.
Yes.
Tying 7 knots into a piece of string or rope to trap or confuse the entity.
Wait, what?
Tying 7 knots in a piece of string or rope to confuse the entity. to confuse it.
Okay.
So basically, it's kind of, you remember what was it, the Rougarou, where you had to throw
13, like more than 13
same
objects.
concept.
Yeah.
Which is also insane to me because
these fuckers can't count.
If you think about it, in that same time frame and the same kind of melding of oral traditions with written traditions and Christianity coming through, you had the Rougarou from France.
Yes.
And now you have the Lechuza from Spain, kind of all melding into that same kind of, because they all traded, so they all had stories that moved across. And I could very easily see being like, well, yeah, to defeat a Rougarou, you just got to throw more than 13 things on the ground. Well, yeah, to beat the Lechuza, yeah, you got to tie 7 knots. You can't count above 6. He gets confused.
I think these things are just dumb.
Yeah. Well,
let's go ahead and just call it what it is. It's like,
it's
really?
a bird.
None of it can count, really. Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean, if you didn't have to, if you didn't learning mathematics, you really didn't have to.
I am actually really curious about the salt thing. It's like, when did salt become like the worst enemy of like any kind of witchcraft?
So I think a lot of that comes from the Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible.
Oh,
where
that's
God basically burned the city to ashes, and he told that one dude's family, like, you got to get out.
Don't look back.
And his wife turned around and looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. And he leveled everything. And I think that's what it was, is you had this
biblical sense of salt being like the
ashes of, and that's how we deter, is we put salt on stuff.
The ashes of flesh.
Basically of witchcraft and hedonism and black magics, because they were doing all sorts of that. Those two cities were Sodom and Gomorrah were chaos. They were doing all sorts of crazy shit there.
I heard a lot of things were terrible with those cities.
I'm surprised like Epstein Island didn't get the same treatment, but I'm still waiting. Now, I found a really crazy story on Reddit about the Lechuza. Okay?
All right, hit me with it.
All right, so the poster says, "This is a true story by my mom and how I almost fell victim to the Lechuza. It happened when I was only a few weeks old, and my mother decided to go to Monterrey, Mexico, to show me to her family who lives there. When we got there, my mother told me that her family decided to have a big party to celebrate our arrival. She explained how everyone wanted to hold me and showered me with gifts, as I was the first child of my mother's. When it was over, my grandmother took my mom and I to the guest bedroom where we would be sleeping in. My grandma bought an old school bassinet for me to sleep in while my mother slept in a bed on the other side of the room. My mom put me into the bassinet and 2 small pillows beside me because she was afraid of me accidentally bumping my head. As we got settled, my grandma's Rottweiler, named Rocky, came in. He didn't want to leave, so he stayed in our room since he was a relatively gentle dog. It was very hot that night, so to let some air in, my mom opened the sliding glass door that led to the balcony. We were on the 2nd floor, so she felt safe enough leaving it open. Soon after she got settled in, we went to sleep. It was around 3 a.m. when my mom awoke from loud growls and barks from Rocky. It was strange to her because because the dog had never acted this way. He was relatively a quiet and gentle dog, so this was alarming to her. So then she heard me crying and rushed to my aid, and she was left shocked and speechless to what she could make out in the dark. I was flipped onto my stomach, face down on the mattress. She immediately ran to pick me up and turned her attention to Rocky, who was still growling and barking uncontrollably. She looked up by the balcony and saw it. She explained the creature as the ugliest, most gigantic owl she had ever seen before. Its mouth and wings were wide open, and its feathers were black as coal. Rocky ran to the balcony in an attempt to catch it, but the owl quickly flew away into the darkness. My grandpa quickly came into the room after hearing the commotion. He came to check on us, and he found my mother in the middle of the room, on the floor, holding me if she was shielding me, and Rocky barking by the balcony into the sky. My mother found a scratch on my leg. She also noticed that the pillows that she had used to keep my head in place were on the other side of the room from us, as if they were tossed out of the way. Today, my mother tells me that I survived an attempt from the Lechuza. The Mexican legend says that the Lechuza is a creature, specifically a witch, who sold her soul to the devil in exchange for power, giving her the ability to transform into a monster, a giant owl. It is said that the Lechuza goes to hunt at night for any potential victims, like animals and drunk people. But more preferably, she loves to hunt for children. Children to snatch and take back to her hut in the mountains where she would devour them or sacrifice. Hold on, buddy. Whenever I go to visit my family, they always calls me Lechuitza as a remembrance of surviving Lechuza's attempt. The real hero here, though, is my grandma's dog, Rocky. He is the one who stopped the owl from doing anything else and chasing it away. If it weren't for him, I don't know what else could have happened. Sadly, he passed away this year. I couldn't get to see him before as I lived in the US, but I always remember him as a hero. My mother bought Rocky at least 10 bags of treats for protecting us that night after the incident, by the way. I'm 17 years old today, and I still have a small scar on my leg, the same place where my mom told me the owl had scratched me. Though I know logically it could have been just a regular, oddly gigantic owl, it doesn't explain why it would have come into the house, pick up and toss the pillows beside me, and leave my face planted with a small scratch that never healed properly. Update, hello, it's May of 2023 now. I have noticed many people telling my story on different social medias, so that's cool. Just leaving this update to here to let people know that they can tell my stories if they want to. I just asked to mention my please. I've also updated my spelling errors as I was not the best double checker back then. Also, an update on the story as well. I mentioned this story I mentioned the story to my mother again recently, and she corrected me with one part of the story, and it's creepy. My mother had heard me crying and ran to my aid. She could not see that well in the dark, but she told me that the Lechuza was not perched on the balcony railing. I had misheard her the first time she told me the story. It was not perched on the balcony railing, it was perched on the bassinets, opposite side of where she was standing, staring at her with its wings out and mouth wide open. Atticus, stop. After stepping back from the startle, with me in her arms, my mom said that Rocky had actually lunged at the creature and knocked over the bassinet. La Lechuza flew onto the balcony railing, but as Rocky continued to chase it, it escaped into the night sky.
Nah, yeah, dogs. Oof. So that's one way of getting rid of the Lechuza. It's just having a dog. I wonder if it's that animal instincts it still has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now this comes from, and I want to make sure I mention the @. It's @Canachu_2020 that shared this. Crazy story.
Yeah, no, absolutely insane story.
Like what a wild ride.
Yeah, no, like I said, I wonder if that animal instincts is still in with that witch or whoever it is. Like, oh, it's still a bird technically, right?
Oh,
and so because the dog is like much more of a aggressiveness. I don't know.
Predator-esque.
Predator-esque.
So, pop culture.
Yeah.
There is a cartoon on Cartoon Network called Victor and Valentino. Season 1, I believe episode 13. The popular Cartoon Network series drew heavily from Mesoamerican mythology, featuring La Lechuza in an episode to introduce a younger audience to the lore. In the episode, the main character gets taken by the Lechuza and brought back to its nest. He then discovers that the Lechuza has taken people and cares for them, feeding them and changing their diapers. It was like 3 or 4 adults and they're all wearing diapers. And they're like, yeah, mommy takes care of us. And it was really weird.
This sounded like something that could have been on Chowder or something.
It was in that same vein. Very much in that same vein.
Sounds like it could have been.
But the episode was called like The Boy That Cries Lechuza or something. And so he tripped and he's like, ow, I'm hurt, I'm blah, blah. And then he accidentally, he actually gets hit by like a runaway food truck.
Oh gosh.
Type cart. And it just rolls over his leg and breaks his leg, and then the Lechuza snatches him up and takes him to his nest, bandages him up and everything. Yeah. Children's literature authors like Xavier Garza have incorporated the Lechuza into young adult and children's books such as Creepy Creatures and other Cucuis. Cookies.
Oh. It is what it is.
Solidifying her as a staple monster in the regional children's literature. It's a Metazoo card too, of course. And finally, There is a short film called Lechuza from 2023.
Okay.
Okay. After coming off my wonderful week of movies, I saw 4 movies in theaters this week.
Yeah.
3 of them with you.
Absolutely.
I'm giving when it's like, oh yeah, short film, like fuck yeah, let go. Like we're gonna watch it.
Okay.
It was written and directed by Miguel Martinez.
Okay.
And this is this synopsis. Gabby's life has ended. Her mother dies in front of her and she refuses to cope. The only people left in Gabby's life are her sisters who bring out the worst in each other. Upon learning how deep magic really goes, Gabby's curiosity gets the better of her and she attempts to cross the line and resurrect her dead mother. In the process, she unknowingly calls forth a Lechuza who unleashes hell upon everybody for their misuse of magic. The Lechuza takes on each sister's individuality, exploiting their fears and insecurities. They have to battle their individual demons and come together to rescue their possessed adopted sister, Perry. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. I watched it.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Very much that. Daughter refusing to cope.
Mm-hmm.
Story was cool. Acting was obviously, it's like short. Some of the hey, we need people, you're getting paid in like wine coolers and pizza. Story was cool. The Lechuza was terrifying.
Okay.
Like it was very high mix between woman bird,
yeah,
woman face,
how
bird face.
It very should
and
be
was
descriptive.
Doing all these twisty motions with their hands and contorting the girls and everything, or the women.
Well, control. Okay, yeah, controlling their blood.
It was almost like a Conjuring twist, and then we're can't control themselves.
Blood bending.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
I will say, my one complaint with the movie, in terms of it being a short film, I understand your actors are new, everything else. They're all applauding for them. I wish the mood lighting in the movie would have been darker.
Oh, so this was just a lighting issue?
It was completely a lighting issue. For a 15-minute short film.
So it was way too bright for what it was?
Yes.
Oh,
so you think of
the only thing I can come back to was literally Obsession.
No.
The lighting in that was too good.
The Image of God.
Oh, that one had good
Super
lighting.
dark, right?
Yes.
Super crazy
lighting. So you
lighting.
wanted it to be that dark?
I wanted it to be that dark.
Oh, okay.
I watched Milk and Cereal. That one's dark.
Okay.
Of course, Obsession was dark.
Yeah.
Polar opposite, you have the Backrooms, which was super bright. You know what I mean? In some instances, it's dark, but for
that theme, it has
and the darkness and the witchcraft and everything else that they're doing, that needed to be taken down from where it was at down to the fucking floor.
Okay.
In terms of lighting, it was just too bright.
Now, was this one, the short film, was this more unsettling, kind of eerie, or was it more jump scares, killing, and
It was more unsettling, eerie.
Eerie.
It was supposed to be.
Yeah. So I can see that being
the possession of the girls, stuff like that. The Lechuza really trying to pit them against one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go watch it. It was fun. It's 15-20 minutes. It's worth it.
Okay.
Support our little people.
I mean, to be fair, I think right now the 4 horror movies have all been directed by YouTubers.
Oh yeah, the big 4 right now.
The big 4, Backrooms was by a YouTuber,
Yeah.
Iron Lungs was by YouTubers, Obsession was YouTubers, and then there was another one that was YouTube.
I don't know if that one's out yet.
It might not be out yet.
It might not be out.
Forgot which one that one. I don't think it was Leviticus.
No,
it wasn't Leviticus. It was something else.
No.
But yeah, this year for movies, I'm not gonna lie, is honestly amazing for theater movies.
You know what's crazy though is now we have to make a movie. We got to come up with a premise of a movie. And I'm coming off a horror freaking high.
I'm not gonna lie, we have a good backlog of movie ideas.
Yeah.
With all the stuff we've done. I mean,
yeah. All right, I wrote mine down because I was in it. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Hear me out.
What are we doing?
Welcome to our Monster Movie Maker
Oh, we
Moment.
skipped the adventure.
Do what? Oh, shit. Yeah, we did. I'll go back. We'll go back.
I mean,
No, we're going to circle back to the what would you do.
No, I feel like
I feel like we kind of glossed over it just because
you know well then how about we just don't do the what would you do? You know, we can just skip it for this episode.
You wanna just,
since we're going off of a movie high, I feel like this segment should just be an extra.
the Monster Movie Maker Moment is going to be amazing. But
Okay.
for the fans, for our people, because we said we'd do it, a what would you do scenario. So
Quick one.
quick one, all right?
Absolutely. I got you. I already know what we're doing.
You went
Yeah.
down to the great state of Mexico,
Okay.
great country of Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay? We go to Mexico,
Even worse.
staying at a resort, right?
Okay.
And we are just pounding tequila shots, just having the time of our lives, right?
Yeah.
We stumble outside, okay? I am visibly more drunk than you. You're kind of like babysitting me at this point, right?
Oh, hold on now.
Yeah.
I'd be drunk with you.
I know you would be, but at a certain point, you saw me going too hard, and you were like, "I gotta back off because otherwise, we're not making it back to the room. we're gonna find ourselves like in the cartel's possession. It's not gonna be good." So you start like, for every two shots I took, you took one.
Okay, if you're in a resort, they have a peace treaty of if you stay within the circle of the resort,
Yeah.
you're good. But the moment you step out of it, you're all free. You're
but
free.
that's my problem. Is I'm like, I want to go on an adventure.
Oh, let's go check the city out. Okay. Yeah, I see
and
what
you're trying
saying.
to like get me back, and we walk under a tree, and in the next tree you look up, and there is a 7-foot tall owl with the face of a woman. And she's spreading her wings out like she's getting ready to take off, like at us, like eyes locked on.
Immediate projectile vomit.
all
that Jägermeister, all that salt, all that sugar. I wonder if that would count. You think sugar could be a good like replacement for salt? No. All right, well, never mind. There goes my plan. Okay, so we're walking. I see this thing. Do you see this thing?
No, I'm drunk.
No, you're too.
Anthony, you're my best friend. I love you.
Where are we?
I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth.
Okay, I might have to just sacrifice. Like, I might have to be like, ooh. Actually, I feel like it would go for me first.
Why?
Because eye to eye, if I make contact with this, like, oh, you're the challenge.
I mean, but yeah, you could very easily, like, as it's coming, just like shove me in front of you.
I feel like it would still just knock you away and then come for me, and I'm like, ooh. Nah, yeah. I don't know. I think I would just try to straight up fight it. I can easily dodge it. I've practiced dodge rolls in real life, right? I can easily do that.
Explain to me how you're practicing dodge rolls in real life. What are you doing?
Well,
Where are you at?
coming off the high of Elden Ring, right, playthrough, there was these bird-type creatures, right, and I know how to dodge them.
Very much the harpy-esque.
Yes, exactly. Look, so you just right, and so
So
after
you're rolling forward, dodging it.
yeah,
Okay.
timing, it swoops you.
Yeah.
You know,
And it just grabs me and takes me off. and you live. In a horror comedy, as it hits me, I immediately start throwing up, and it's just like a trail. And I'm gone. Taken to a mountain lair to be either eaten or sacrificed. Thanks, Aunt. Thought we were boys.
I don't think this was me giving you up. I think this was just a misplay on my account. I think this was...
I hit the wrong button.
This was very much just an outplay. This is a mechanical error.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I mean, if shoes on the other foot, if I see this thing, I'm pushing you one way and I'm going the other way. And I'm like, every man's for himself.
What, you're going to cross-eyed?
Yeah. Maybe it like spirals down and like...
Now, would it do it's like an owl's head, like doing the 180 of
Oh, I hate that. I hate that idea of that.
Because you like that
of a
actual,
human-esque head being able to turn 100 looking around. That might have to be a scene in our
Monster movie.
monster movie.
Yeah. So I mean, truthfully, in the what would you do? I don't really know how I would fight this thing. I mean, I would try to find the nearest thing to me and use it as like a weapon. I assume I would have a knife on me as protection, especially knowing that we're going to Mexico. It'd definitely be a bigger blade than that, but it would, some
Are you
form
buying
of
it
protection.
when you get there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then just leaving it? You can't take it on the plane. I mean, I guess if we had like a checked bag.
You could, but like if I'm buying one there, I don't mind leaving it.
I gotcha.
Like I seriously, like we need some type of protection.
Don't let me die, Anthony.
Don't let
Don't let me die.
What if this thing just overpowers me and then it's like I tried my best,
Precious cargo. Don't let me die.
Okay.
Thank you. He's gonna let me die. It's okay.
No, I'd kill him before the thing could kill him.
See, slit my throat. I start vomiting out my throat hole.
Gosh.
Okay. Now that we've wrapped that little shindig up. Welcome to the Monster Movie Maker Moment. Brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Context. We're talking about the La Lechuza of the Mesoamerican folklore. Context. All right, I wrote my movie down. Do you have a movie idea?
No.
Okay, well, I wrote mine down because I was really in to win it on this one.
Okay.
Coming off of our theater high of seeing so many wonderful movies in the last couple days, I'm thinking of almost like an It retelling, like Pennywise the Dancing Clown, okay?
But about the
Lechuza.
Okay.
So you get into the folklore of it. All the adults are turning a blind eye to it just because they don't know how to deal with it. And there's a group of kids, and one of them goes missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's trying to figure out what the fuck happened. The police are no help. They're blaming XYZ, the cartels. They're blaming crime, a pedophile, whatever.
Yeah. Right? A lot of it would point towards the cartels and all that stuff. But
so the kids are like, hey, we got to figure this out ourselves. Like, we got to save our friend. So they start putting two and two together, and like doing their research, blah, 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 doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. And well, they figure out it's what they're deeming the Lechuza. Okay. But I'm thinking with the opening, what I want to have is you see a drunk man kills a child, like the Lechuza, what will become the Lechuza, the woman, kills her kid.
Okay.
Like he's drunk, maybe he's fumbling with his fucking gun or whatever. Just oof.
Yeah.
Accident, maybe not accident, whatever. And in her grief, she retreats into the mountains and then starts doing witchcraft to bring this kid back.
Yeah, makes the...
did you ever see the Bring Her Back from 2025?
Bring Her Back.
Yeah. So
I think I did.
It's a movie where a mom loses a kid and she's kidnapping these other kids in order to like have her daughter's spirit possess them, and she's doing these crazy rituals.
No.
It's really fucked up, really creepy. So you have the group of kids that are dealing with this, like trying to find their friend. The Lechuza is trying to perform this ritual to put her child's soul back into a child's body so she can have her kid back. Right?
Okay, I see what you're...
All while she's like doing all this like crazy, and I'm like making the city like super conservative. We don't drink because of it. We don't do XYZ because of it. We don't go out at night because of it. Blah, blah, blah. Right?
So the town is like, okay, we don't...
Super like, when it's dusk, you go inside. And this one kid just happened to get caught outside one night. Lechuza snatched him.
Now,
Right.
I won't lie, a lot of people will have like protections like candles, the Virgin Guadalupe, and all that, like those candles out, and having a lot. I would say even you could have like grandparents
I'm thinking
that tells the story to the kids, like,
well, I was
or at least one grandmother.
I was almost thinking of writing it as the kids are like, so you have the cinematic of it actually happening.
Yeah.
And as she retreats into the mountains and becomes the bird, then the narration transforms into the kids telling the story, and they're in like a tree house together.
Okay.
Right? They're having the conversation back and forth, and then like they're like, oh shit, like the sun's going down, we got to get back inside. And so like as the sun sets, they all disperse, and one of them is like, I gotta kill this fly. It's gonna piss me off. Come over here, fucker. Of course he disappears.
He was somewhere over there, but
so the narration happens. The kids are the ones telling the stories. They're like, "Oh no, the sun's starting to go down. We got to get inside." So they all disperse. So they all run back to their homes, except for one who's like, "Oh, I forgot something." He goes back to get it, and comes back, and as he's going down, the sun finally sets, and the Lechuza just
you could even have it to where like maybe the scene is like he goes into the treehouse, he gets it, and like the camera's panning, and it's just the Lechuza in the like window of the treehouse.
Yes.
And he just sits up, and it's and then it just
cut to black, missing poster, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Oh, Tommy's gone. We got to find him. So the Lechuza in her mountain lair is trying to care for this kid, right? So she's bringing him food. She's doing all this kind of stuff, but she lives in the mountain like tunnel system. So like he's trying to get away, so he's exploring the tunnels, and it's just kind of going and finding him and dropping off food and whatever to try to keep him alive. And I'm thinking what it is the ritual that she's performing, the participant has to be willing. Like both participants have to be willing to accept what's going to happen. The kids are never willing, right?
Yeah, okay.
So like at a certain point, they either grow out of the age limit of what her kid has to be in order to come back or whatever, so she just kills them and eats them. So there's like bones everywhere where she's just been doing this on repeat, catching kids outside as she can. So all the rest of the group starts putting two and two together. The Lechuza got them. They find the feathers. They find they find the claw marks. They put
find the tunnels. All that stuff.
They go up there and they try to find the tunnels.
I would even say that. Oh no, go ahead.
But they basically they get up there in order to like get their friend and face down with it, kind of like in like with Pennywise, and they basically like scream at it like, hey, it's like your kid's gone, like we're sorry, but like this isn't gonna bring him back, like just give her back her friend and we'll let you live in peace, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
right. So eventually the Lechuza, the woman side of the Lechuza, relents.
See, okay, hold on. That one I hate. I actually
really
hate the like yelling at it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like how even how it ended.
I don't even think they would even be yelling at it. I think it'd be more of like the pleading with it.
I think what you could also try to do is like, because they know its biggest weakness is like salt or either the 7 knots, right? Is like maybe one of them is like
prepared.
I'm willing to transfer my soul. Like I'm willing to be the sacrifice, but instead like they have salt all in them, or like
in their pockets,
or they have salt like balls or whatever, ready to throw at it or something like that. And even like a necklace with like 7 knots.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, oh, I can't
do anything with it.
It's like I will be the willing participant as long as you give us our friend back.
It almost like I kind of like that too, because then you kind of have like the montage of them getting ready, loading the salt. Maybe they're loading slingshots with like.
But one of them has to be like, okay, you're gonna be in like the main.
Yeah, you're gonna be the main course for this thing.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Because but now they know. I would say like they have to fight back, right?
Yeah.
Because this thing is either willing, like it's realizing that no one's ever going to be willing to trade their souls, and 2,
and that could be kind of like the flashbang moment for it, where it's like, oh, somebody's willing, like I have to like take this opportunity when I can.
So like it just pushes or whatever, because it like she understands, the witch understands. Like, I would even say maybe it's in her witch form where she's talking. maybe.
See, I almost thought she'd never come out of the owl form.
Oh, so it's
but
like a
her
demented...
her face would keep kind of like shifting into like a half
now,
woman,
does she
half
lose
owl.
the vocal cords?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know
can.
sometimes they can mimic.
Yeah.
The noises.
I would say that she can talk, but it's in like a weird hushed whisper.
It's very scratchy
and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But I had this like super like. So I like that. So they get ready, they make the extra necklaces, they have the slingshot with the salt, blah, 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 and they're peppering it, doing whatever they can.
I would even say like, hey, we got a backup plan for the backup plan. It's like, they
get their friend out, whatever.
Yes.
The Lechuza can't do anything because they got the necklaces with the 7 knots.
I would even say like with the ritual is like, oh, I need your blood. She tries to go for it, and when she goes to like hold her, it like burns, or something like that, because
the recoil.
Maybe she's even put salt on her
arms. Yeah,
he's like,
there's a salt barrier on me, bitch. Like, come get it.
It's like, oh, you just realized.
I like that. Yeah, and then you get like a point to.
I would even say too, when they enter the tunnel, they have one positions like, okay, they put in a giant rope, right, with the 7 knots. It's like, okay, we're putting the line of salt here. This is where we need to make it, and then we're out.
So I almost like it better that they think the Lechuza's out.
Like,
so they're burying her home. Like, they're putting up a barrier to her home. We're salting the entrance to the tunnels. We're putting up the rope with 7 knots. She won't be able to get in. But in fact, she's already in the tunnel system.
Yeah.
And I think that would kind of be like the saving, like, boom moment is they get out on the other side of the salt.
Well, that's what I was saying. They do that before they go into the tunnels. It's like, okay, this is where we're gonna go. We're gonna go into the main tunnel.
But it's
like a race to the entrance.
So you're like, storytelling wise though, the kids believe that the Lechuza's out.
Okay.
So they're like, hey, we're gonna this way we can just safely explore whatever, right? But I almost want them, as they're exploring, like it being behind them in the shadows, like every time they turn a corner and they kind of move, right, and the flashlight moves over something, it just kind of tucks itself up ever so slightly. And it's just one of those like camouflaged in the darkness, you cannot see it, but it's watching you. And then at one point they move it over and they see the eyes reflecting back at them like an owl's eyes do. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And then that's when it starts kind of like trying to attack but can't.
Oh, you could even have it to where, like we said, it's like tucked into a corner. There's nothing. Yeah. And you just see the head turn. It's like an actual owl movement. Yeah. And it's just the eyes piercing as them as they go by or whatever.
Yeah. There'd be some very, very interesting shots you could do in terms of like the tunnels and hiding for the Lechuza. That would make it really kind of unsettling. But these kids are just like walking in here willy-nilly thinking that they're protected. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like playing on that when you're young, you think you're invincible.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like nothing bad's ever gonna happen to me. I have my whole life ahead of me.
Too. It's
we've prepped for this. Our whole lives ahead of us. We'll be okay. We just got to get so and so out. We have to wait till daytime so we can then get out. You know what I mean? Or maybe they get lost in the tunnel system and it's nighttime. Whatever. But they end up finding their friend, gearing them up. They get out to the end, and I have this kind of like idea of now I have this idea of they get out and they escape. And it's like, okay, and the Lechuza is just sitting at the head, like the entrance of this cave as the salt's there. And then the storm comes through and rain hits and it floods into the cave and the salt dissipates. And then she's able to leave again. But then you would have a second movie after that.
I would even say too, some of the killings you could have like maybe some of the adults or something like that, right? Yeah. One, like an owl, I don't know if you've seen how like silent an owl actually is. 0 decibels. Or like even microphones cannot pick up an owl. Yeah. It's kind of like, I would wonder if this thing would actually have the same capabilities.
Oh yeah, in this, because you could play with your sound effects so crazy, like, because you could, I mean, literally like, and like have that heavy bass hit, like that, and then like, and I mean, you could even have it to where it was like decapitating people, like people that were out there in the streets.
You could even say like some of the drunk like guys, maybe because of her past or whatever, the witch's past is like, oh, like I just see this random drunk. Like one instance he's walking and then it's like turns around, like maybe the friends or whatever. It's like like looks behind. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, and then they look, and it's just like his head's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Oh yeah. They could even. I mean, you could even have like the local bar. They're partying, and then one guy gets a little too rowdy, so they throw him out in the street, and then he's like, oh. And they just look out there, and it's just sprawled. Just.
Oh no! I would even say like there's nothing, and it's just the car.
Yeah.
And it's just, bam!
Yeah.
Just his body.
Right. Yeah.
Right on the hood of it.
Yeah. And I think that would kind of be a thing too. Is like you could play it up to where like you could almost dial it up to where the city or the town gets more and more paranoid too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like as things are progressing and people are dying, it dials up. But while it's all happening, this kid's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we have had an influx of travelers coming through the town, but like here, this kid's gone.
Maybe with the ritual, like for the soul, it needs like more hearts. You could say like they're collecting, like the witch is collecting hearts of like humans.
Or maybe that's what it's trying to feed this kid. Just like here's a liver and a heart. I just pulled it out of a drunk dude.
Oh, it has like the owl
mindset
of everything. It's like, oh, here's all this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I just had this like really creepy, like these kids crawling up to this cave, getting into this cave, and as they're like trying to explore and like, you know, Tommy, like they would move and then like, because it's, you know, kind of like almost like a web of tunnels. But like they would move and then like it would.
Well, that's where it could start mimicking or like start like doing its like thing.
Yeah.
Or even when they're walking too and they see like a shadow pop out like from the corner of it, it's like, oh, I didn't know you like went ahead.
Yeah.
And then the shadow gets bigger and bigger. It's like,
yeah, or it's like, do you hear a baby? Like, and it's just like echoing off into the distance where it's like throwing its voice down.
Maybe even the cry of the friend.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
it
started
mimicking. They get a little close and they have to like hustle up to get to their friend, and then it's not their friend, but it's the Lechuza. And...
I would even say that it's trying to like lure them further into the tunnel systems and getting them mixed
lost.
up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that would be kind of like a crazy like third act of a movie to where it's like you got to like these kids, and I hate to say kids, but like make them teenagers.
Yeah.
But like make them.
I would even say like Stranger Things, like season 4 age, maybe.
Yeah, like I kind of almost want it to be like the coming of age, like we survived a monster movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we survived an entity that we had no business dealing with.
Yeah, of dealing with black magic and witchcraft.
Yeah. But I kind of want it just to kind of have that twist of this is why the Lechuza did what she did. This is why she's doing what she's doing. She's an aggressive, vindictive, like I am out here for vengeance and I'm trying to get my kid back and I'm trying to perform this ritual to get XYZ. And I mean, you could do so much cool shit with a fucking owl.
Yeah.
Like, especially like a giant owl. Like, you could have him in a chamber. Like, she's trying to prep the thing, and it's like glowing red, and the only thing that are reflecting white are the fucking eyes. Like, you could see things in her eyes.
Because isn't the owl's eye like yellow?
Yeah.
Very yellow with a dark rim of black or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see that
you can do
yellow.
So many things with the eyes in terms of just like kind of like the reflectiveness.
Neon yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. This could be even like a witchcraft like universe of like in the same universe like do other movies like the Rougarou and all that stuff. Anything that deals with the witchcraft, like Adze, all this stuff. It's just like we could actually interconnect all these different movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially with the expansion of, in terms of like how Christianity has affected everything. But I mean, you're looking at like either like other cultures like meshing together. Like you got like different, not witchcraft, but like magic from Africa dealing with native magic or. And like rituals that they do, and it's like when they mesh, it creates something terrible. You know. But I mean, you just I just have this idea of these like of just these shots of they're walking and then As they're walking by, that's when
Now-
you kind of see the head
Now,
turn.
are any of the kids like are usually like are all the kids that are like the main ones? Are they fine?
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna
you-
give this.
or
Like,
you-
I'm gonna give this a PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah, something to kind of like get because like
I didn't even know this was a rating. I just learned
Yeah.
about this NC-17,
yeah, NC-17 gets a little wild.
but I heard that one's less than rated R. Apparently, it's less than rated R, but more than PG-13.
I thought NC-17
No, because
was
Obsession was about to be NC-17, but the car scene made it rated R.
rated R allows minors in with an adult, whereas NC-17 bans anyone under 17 entirely.
Oh,
So you got it backwards.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, no.
NC-17 is so like I could take my
They
oldest.
didn't have any.
Do what?
Anyway. No.
Well, I was able to take my oldest to go see Backrooms, and that's rated R.
Yeah.
But
NC-17.
NC-17, they'd be like, nah, he can't go in.
Yeah.
He's too young.
I got you.
Yeah. Supposedly the director's cut is going to be NC-17 for Obsession.
Yeah. I don't. Side tangent thing, real quick.
Hit me.
Apparently, some people who've seen like the very, very first take of the movies,
Yeah.
the head smashing was actually a minute long. Spoilers.
That's pretty
Might have to
brutal.
cut that one out maybe because it's so early into the
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, so like the smashing part was like
A minute.
like 40 seconds of just bang bang. Yeah, so it was
Just
like
brutality.
yeah, because the dude
Yeah.
who watched it was on a podcast was just like, yeah, no, that scene, it was longer.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They cut off like 20 to 30 seconds worth of like,
That's
filming.
crazy. Yeah.
But your movie, I can see playing around like, okay, yeah, its style of like origin, like we
Yeah.
have good origins of it. Okay.
And the other thing too, even with this, is you could even potentially even like really dive into the shape-shifting aspect of it, where it doesn't have to transform just between owl and woman. Like you could have it transform into
Maybe even people, like it's
Yeah.
it's like hunting, like it starts mimicking what they're doing, what
Yeah.
they are, and then like
yeah.
possibly something
Yeah.
of that sort.
There's some. I would like to spend a little bit more time. I would like to spend a little more time with the Lechuza folklore
Yes.
from people who have heard the stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that Reddit post was insanity. That the Rottweiler is the thing that saved this baby from this thing. You know what I mean?
And honestly, like, yeah, I know,
But it's
absolutely.
like-
But I feel like we should also play on that aspect of like, its out instincts is like, oh, this is a dog.
Yeah.
Like the dog is
Yeah.
superior to me.
But I almost want it to have that scope of like we are giving, how do I put it? It's like in weapons.
still haven't seen it. Sure. Yeah. No.
Did we watch it?
No,
for the movie?
I wasn't
You
here.
weren't here. You're such a bitch. Okay. I'm trying to think of a movie that has dealt with some kind of entity that was very much like, it was almost,
It follows.
no, you almost don't know that it is what it is until it reveals itself
Jeepers
completely.
Creepers?
No, because you even knew it was a monster in Jeepers Creepers. So like,
Mm.
maybe the Lechuza shows itself to the child in its woman form, right?
So okay, so you want this thing to be like, okay, you don't know what it is until later.
Yeah.
Until later
Excuse me.
on.
Yeah, so it's like you see it as a woman form, you do this, you do that, and then at like a certain point you start seeing the more animalistic side of it, right? Maybe at the beginning you see it in the silhouette of it.
Maybe the kids
the
that it's
owl.
hunting is like coming around like as a woman, right?
Yeah.
But like it like goes into the house, right? And the dog is just barking,
Barking,
and it, like
yeah.
and it's just like, or the dog and her are just staring at each other.
and it's just like that.
Yeah,
like,
the low growl is like, sorry, the
yeah,
like Chico's never been like that
Yeah.
before, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
yeah, yeah. But then it like gets the kids alone, and it's like, stop, you're never gonna find your friend.
Oh.
And then that's what kind of like starts the tweak of like leading them after this entity. And then like maybe, and that might be a fun thing. He goes back, like in the opening, they tell the story. Oh shit, the sun's going down. They go back. He goes back, and then he only sees the owl's eyes.
You know what would be a creepy scene too?
What's that?
Is like the woman's talking with some of the kids. Like, of course, it's kind of like creepy or uncanny, right? And then turns around talking to someone else, and the kid's just like, whatever, and like starts looking up towards like a mirror and sees the woman is like still looking that, or like their body's that way, but is like looking at the mirror towards them. It's like, and then she looks, or he or she looks like the kid.
Neck snap.
Well, and the kid just looks at them. And it's like completely normal, just looking at the person talking to them. It's
that.
like it'd be like such a creepy scene of like, okay,
playing with mirrors is always fun.
Oh,
yeah, but to have like owl-esque like neck turned around and then the, like snap back, you know, like you could do that, and like her in woman form would be fucking crazy. You know, like then she starts exhibiting all these kind of like animalistic qualities. Maybe like she has nails that are like long and sharpened, and she you know, like taps a lot, or maybe we have her eat like a lizard.
I would even say,
oh my gosh, could you imagine, like she's outside, like it's hot, they're talking to this woman, right? And then like she's like drumming her hand on something, and a lizard scurries by, and she just, and then just like eats it real fast. It's like, you know, just like the owl neck tilt, like
because doesn't an owl just like, immediately like just swallow?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the head playing with the mirrors, everything.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Nah, that creepy.
Yeah. I mean, you could very easily dial that one up to R if you wanted to, but I was thinking like solid PG-13. Let's get some younger people into some horror movies. Here you go. It's the Lechuza. You know, I don't know what the fuck we'll name the movie. Some younger actors and actresses, and we'll just let them fucking try to figure out this mystery of who took their friend. And then boom, here's a shape-shifting, devil-worshipping witch woman that is part owl.
I would even say like woman of, and then the name after the town, like woman of, like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know?
The woman of Arlen, Texas. No. I mean, Lechuza already kind of has a ring to it anyway.
Yeah, woman of Charusa.
Yeah.
So, possibly, but I don't got anything for this. I was just going to piggyback off of yours, of course.
I mean, you did a fantastic job. You added some very, very creepy context to mine. Some very some very good imagery, some scenes.
Absolutely.
Very good.
But I think that's pretty much it for the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast and the Monster Movie Maker moment. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, leave a like, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell for any notifications to stay updated for when we post, as well as follow us on our other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and of course we got links in the descriptions.
Share it with your friends
to help us out, as well as sharing. Very much appreciate it. And as always, if you're watching from the Monster Movie Maker moment, videos up here, go to the podcast to learn about the Lechuza, as well as a crazy Reddit story. And if you're watching from
somebody survived.
And if you're watching from the podcast, thank you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it?
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. Ghosts and Ghouls.
Can you edit me into like the owl turnaround? Like, no?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know how I would.
I'm gonna need you to learn.
It's like a bad PNG of like your head. It's like your body's still framed, and then just your head could be moving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to figure that out. CGI.
But
stay creepy, people.